Good.
Namaste everybody, I'm Sarah, and on the Instagram voting poll everybody got to vote for a half-an-hour class and what style. So you voted for a slightly stronger class, and that's what I'm going to be recording for you now. So please take a comfortable seat. As always, I teach this with putting something under your bottom, so I've got a rolled up blanket here. Pop something underneath your bottom and create an inner spiral by lifting your upholstery and turning the thighs inward so you can feel both sit bones. Bring your hands mid-thigh. Take a lovely big breath into the side body. Take the head of the arm bones back. Take your ears back and bring your hands again mid-thigh and soften in behind your eyes. Start to take a lovely deep breath in through both nostrils. And a long, long breath out. Inhale fully. And exhale completely. Keep your breath rolling nice and smoothly as you center in. And as you inhale each time, give your pelvic floor a little lift in and up. Draw the lower ribs in. As we start to create some muscular energy, and this is what we'll be focusing on today, that sense of drawing in, toning the muscles to the bone, finding our muscles, finding some connection. So let your breath roll in and out there, just for a couple of rounds. I'll be quiet for a moment so you can feel that, as you really begin to feel this inward connection. And then at the bottom of your next exhale, bring your hands gently to your heart center. Press your right hand gently into your left hand and return the pressure. So feel that little bit of connection between your fingertips and the palms of your hands. And it's so important to come inward like this. Give yourself some time, half an hour on your yoga mat, so that you don't get pulled out into, I'm sure you're having a very busy summer holiday, pulled out too much into everybody else's flux and flow. So giving ourselves time to connect inward, draw inward. And we'll seal into that class today with one beautiful Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Gently lift your eyes, open your eyes, and release your hands. Well done. So we're going to start in Tadasana. So stand on up, push your props or bolsters to the side. You may need a block and a strap during class today, so have that around if you've got one. Come to the top of your mat. You're going to stand with your feet inner hip width apart, so just underneath the hip bones here, right at the top of your mat. Lift and widen your toes. Find that foundation. We did that last class. And then release your hands down beside you. Now, as you lift your toes, imagine them drawing to your face. Find some arches. Feel your kneecaps lift and tone. Your thighs will begin to tone. And lift up through your pelvic floor. Even spread your fingers. That will tone the muscles of your arms. Take the shoulders back. Lift your face. Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Keep the tone in your legs and a lift in your tummy. Keep that as you exhale and bow over your legs again. Take the arms wide to come up. Inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart center. We'll do 2 more like this. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive forwards. Firm legs as you inhale. Find some length. Exhale and bow. Take it wide. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, again, hands back, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, reach. Last one like this. Exhale and bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and bow. Inhale all the way up to standing. And once again, back to your heart center. So moving on a bit now. Inhale, reach. Exhale and bow. Inhale to that halfway lift again. And then bring your fingertips either side of your feet. Remember to stay on your fingertips. Inhale, look up. And exhale, step your right leg back. Nice, generous step. Bring the right knee down to the mat. Keep the toes tucked. And as you inhale, bring your hands to your hips. And you're drawing this right knee to the midline and your left foot back. So cinch in, lift your pelvic floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. And you keep this tone and strength as you exhale and lunge into the left leg. Lift your face. Inhale, you come out slightly. Exhale, lunge deeper into Anjaneyasana. And then bring your hands down to frame that front foot. Spread your hands as you step back to downward dog. Inhale to a high plank. Remember to draw the arms as if you're moving the hands to a midline and as if you're moving the heels of your hands back towards your toes. You'll feel your tummy engage. That's muscular energy. That's what we're after. And then push back to downward dog, but still maintain the tone in your arms, a lift in your tummy. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale again, come forward to that high plank, spread your fingers. And then if you want to bring your knees down, that's fine. Otherwise, lower through a chaturanga. Inhale, do a little cobra, first one, so be gentle. And then exhale, back down to downward facing dog. Looking up between your hands, step the right foot all the way up there. Left knee comes down. Again, there's this drawing of the legs towards the midline. Lift the pelvic floor and bring your hands to your hips. So feel that connection and then lunge a little deeper. Inhale, come up, reach the arms up. Even spread your fingers. Lunge a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame again. Just be on your fingertips. Step your left foot forward and the inhale breath, look up halfway. And exhale, bow down over your legs. Coming up, inhale all the way up. And exhale to your heart center. Let's do the left side. Inhale, reach. Exhale and bow. Inhale to a halfway. Exhale, place the fingers, step the left leg back, bring the knee down again. Draw the legs to a midline, lift the pelvic floor. Come up, take a breath into that side body, head of the arms, bones back, and then reach your arms up. Use your exhale breath to take it deeper, but feel your leg strength so the legs don't turn off. You always want this tone, this hugging in. And then sweep the hands down. Let's step back, downward facing dog. Inhale to a high plank. Let's hold this now. So your feet should be slightly stepped apart, hands starburst, and draw both your feet and hands to a midline. Hold it for 3 breaths, 2 breaths, 1 more, lower down. Inhale to a cobra. If you want to go to upward facing dog, please do, but no manky shoulders. Please keep drawing the shoulders back. Take your ears back, lift your face and smile. And then back you go. Downward facing dog. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Because we're not in a hurry. We want to feel this connection. And even if there's lots of busyness going on wherever you are, see if you can stay on your mat. Don't get pulled off it. Don't let anybody else distract you. Just be here. And then looking up between your hands, step your left foot up in between your hands. Right knee comes down. Again, there's this connection, a drawing to a midline. Pelvic floor lifts. Well done. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lunge a little. Inhale, hear your breath. Maybe even close your eyes here. And then exhale, sweep the hands down. Step the right foot forward to that forward fold again. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Release your hands down, close your eyes a moment. And again, check in with your breath so that it's steady. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. So moving on a little bit now. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, place your fingers. Step your right leg back to a lunge. Okay, now you can have a look, so you can actually tuck your chin and have a look at that right leg. So this, watch my leg now, it's bent. I want you to straighten up, push through the heel of the foot, through the big toe mound, and get some real muscular energy going on here. And then bring your hands to your hips, and make sure that you've got 50-50 load. So don't just lean into this poor old left leg here. Push into your back leg, hands to your hips, and then bend your back knee till it almost touches the mat. Can you lean right the way back on it? Draw your ribs in. So you'll begin to notice how strong you are now. You might think that, oh my goodness, what's she doing? But you can do this. We're only holding it for 3 breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Now, straighten up that back leg. Stay deep in your front leg. And then inhale, reach up, strong, straight arms, like a warrior. This is a variation of Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Lovely. And then peel the hands down. Fantastic. Let's switch sides. So step the right foot forward, left foot goes back. Lovely. And then bring your hands to your hips. And check in again that this back leg, your left leg now, is nice and strong. Push through the heel. Lunge into the right leg and share the load. Be careful you're not leaning all the way into the right leg. Hands to your hips. And then let's bend that back leg. Well done. So it's just about an inch off the floor. And you might feel a little bit of quiver, okay, which is fantastic. That quiver, as I say in my classes, means you're alive, which is a pretty good thing, okay? About 1 more breath here. You're doing really well. And then stay deep in your right leg. Power up your back leg. Feel that strength. Draw the ribs in, the lower ribs here. And then reach your arms up. Again, beautiful, strong, straight arms. Lift your face. You've got this. Crescent lunge or a variation of Virabhadrasana 1. And then peel your hands down. Step the right foot back to downward dog, and I'm going to give you a choice here. If you want to come down to your knees and take a child's pose, 3 breaths, or stay in downward dog for 3 breaths. Or some of you who've got a little bit more bounce in your step today, maybe you'd like to do a vinyasa. To a high plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and downward facing dog. Well done. So now looking up between your hands, let's step the left foot, your left foot, right up between your hands. If it doesn't get up there, shimmy it up until it does, okay? And then your back foot goes down. We're coming to Parsvakonasana, okay? So turn to the side now. Your chest and your waistline turns to the side, back foot parallel. Lunge into the left leg and bring your left elbow down. Cup of tea in your hand, okay? Right hand on your hip. So take a nice breath here. And then you're going to reach your top arm up and over your head. Remember, don't open up the armpit. Wrap it around. Lift your chin and your face. And again, like we did in the last pose, make sure you're pushing it into your back leg as much as you're lunging into this front. Otherwise, you're going to get achy front hip. So push into this back leg. To do that, maybe get a little bit lighter in this left elbow. And some of you might be able to lift that arm right up by your ear. Smile, whichever variation you've taken, with 2 arms, a little lift, or maybe you're even still leaning in there. Enjoy it wherever you are. And then coming up to Warrior 2. Cinch, draw the legs to a midline. Lift your pelvic floor into your warrior heart. And out the arms, connect into the back. So connect the shoulders, lift your face. And breathe. Wonderful. And then straighten that leg. Turn the toes to the side. And now we're going to do the other side. So your right toes are going to turn to the back of your mat. Okay? And lunge into that right leg. Bring the right elbow, this is the first step, onto your knee. All right? And again, check in that we're not just leaning into this left leg, or you're going to get a crampy hip. So push into the back leg and share the energy. Draw the legs to a midline. This is, you'll feel the muscles tone your bones. And then maybe lift up your top arm, wrap the tricep, and over your ear it goes. Then here comes your options. Either stay here, or get a little bit more lighter in your right elbow, or reach that arm by your ear. Either variation is fantastic, because you're here on your mat. Don't be distracted by, maybe you're doing it with a friend, whatever they're doing. Okay, and then hold it. One more breath, smile at me. Smile for the camera. And then come up, Warrior 2. Again, feel that energy. Don't let it go as you hold poses longer. Cinch and draw to a midline. Lift your pelvic floor. Right up into your warrior heart. Then from fingertips, suck your shoulders back. Lift your face, warriors. One more breath. And then straighten your front leg. Really well done. Turn the toes towards me and bring your hands to your hips. Okay, you might want to bend your legs here and just give yourself a little shimmy and a shake as we come to Goddess. So rotate the heels in, just kind of one notch, and straighten your legs. Okay, now be very careful in this pose. We really want to look after our knees, that you don't drop them in and come into your big toe mounds. So press down into your little toe mounds, the outer edges of your feet, and track your knees over your second toe. It makes it harder. Hands to your heart and sink a little lower. This gets called a few things. Some people call it horse, I think. I always call it goddess. All right, so sit down, maybe wiggle it down a little bit and feel it. And we're going to move with our breath here. So keep cinching to a midline, like you're trying to make a wrinkle in the mat, so your legs stay strong. Okay, and then as you inhale, push into your heels, straighten your legs, reach up, lift your face. And then as your fingertips touch, ding, bring them down to your heart, and let's sink back into Goddess. Let's do that again. Push into your heels, power into them. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. And at the last minute, our fingertips touch, ting. And then as you exhale, come back into Goddess again. See if you can go a little deeper this time. And smile at the same time, of course, Goddesses. Okay, one more like that. So push the power through the heels. Reach up and stretch up. Ting. And then this time just come back to your heart center. Well done. Turn your toes towards the front there, and then step your feet together. For a moment, just release your hands beside you. Close your eyes and notice. So again, coming inward doesn't have to be strong. It can be quite soft, coming in and noticing. Maybe there's a shift in your pulse. Can you feel your breath moving a bit more? Maybe you feel a bit warmer. Your heart rate's going. So notice these little shifts in you. Take one more breath here. Lovely, and then gently open your eyes. Well done. So we've done a little bit there for the legs. So now we're going to do something for your arms, okay? So you can do this long ways down your mat. I'm going to do it so that you can see me. So come down to your knees, all right? Walk your knees back. So walk your knees back so that you're not in a square like this, so that you are actually in a plank shape. And then the first set you're going to do, you're going to turn your hands out to the side, so your fingertips go to the side. So like this, all right? Stay in the plank shape, okay? And then as you exhale, bring your elbows towards your waistline, lower yourself halfway down, and then push back up. Let's do it 5 times, okay? Lower and push. That was 2. Down you go. For 3, isn't it fun? Down you go. For 4, it's doing you so much good. Down you go. For 5, well done. Push back to child's pose. And of course, if you would like to, you can go off and do 10 or 15, as the rest of us take a couple of breaths. Well done. And then come up again. This time you're going to make a triangle shape. So your thumbs come together and your index fingers. Okay, and that's underneath your heart. Same plank shape with your body. And it's like you're taking your chest to that space there. It looks like an upside down heart to me here. Keep your chin lifted. Okay, and we're going to do 5 here again. So inhale, and as you exhale, lower and straighten. Inhale. Exhale, lower and straighten. This is 3. This is 4. And this is your last one. Brilliant. Okay, push back child's pose, or crazies, you can go on and do a few more as the rest of us take a breath. And then gently come back up. Well done. Hopefully you feel sort of the different areas of your arms there. Okay, should we do a little bit of core? It's always good, isn't it? So let's come to boat pose. Remember that you always have the option of resting your feet either on the mat or maybe on a block here. Okay, so there's lots of steps we can take. Take your hands, hook them underneath your thighs there, and just pause and connect, close. So sometimes, when you know it's going to be a bit of a tough one, these aren't easy, you hold your breath. So I just want you to feel your breath and soften. And, what will be, whether you get lots of these or just one, that's all really good. Okay, bring your hands now underneath your thighs. Now, begin to engage muscular energy. So spread your toes, feel the muscles start to hug the bones. Draw the tummy in. The focal point is your hips, so imagine you're sucking the feet and legs up into your hips. Draw and sink and draw your shoulders back, lift your chin, lean back a little bit more and bring your feet up level with your knees. Again, you can squeeze to a midline here. And if you're all good, you can still breathe, etc., then release your hands. Keep smiling, keep breathing, and if that's all still good as well, extend the legs. See my sparkly toes? Keep them sparkling, keep this sparkling too. Cheese. Okay, for 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more. And let's give ourselves a hug. Bring the legs down, draw it in, nice little hug. Okay, and then come on up to a seat. We are going to do that again, all right? So bring your feet out. Options to do exactly that again, as I count. Or you can take this block now and put it between your shins and give it a squeeze. So this could be a book or a children's toy. Pop it between your shins. That'll help you get that hug into the midline, all right? And then, again, pick up your feet. Squeeze your block, not your face. So your face needs to be relaxed and smiley. This is what's working, not this, okay? Well done, squeeze the block. Happy, release your hands. Still happy, extend the legs. But this is muscular energy, so hug to a midline, draw your heels back into your hips, spread your fingers, shoulders come back, lift the sides of your mouth for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Hug in. 3 breaths. And then you can release that block. Again, this set you can go back, still do that if you want to, but now I'm going to add on a couple of twists, okay? So you can hold it in your shins, but if not, if you want to try this with me, hold the block in your palms. So hold the flats of your palms on the sides of the block. Would go again. So lean back. Now you're squeezing your hands to a midline, okay? Lean back, lift your feet. And now take a big breath in. As you exhale, turn to your right, like you're turning, like it's a present that you're giving away to the right. Smile. Come back to the center, keep leaning back and getting into your obliques. Can you feel them? And then over to the left. We're just doing one more each side. Back to the center. If you notice me, I've got a little shimmy and shake going on here. This is really good. I'm working. I'm alive. Yay. Back to the center. So are you. You can do this. Come on, everyone. Hold it here. Draw into your energy. Back to the center. Big cheesy grin. Wow, and then cross your shins this time. Release that off. Let's take a forward fold. Remember, if this hurts your knees, just have your legs out straight and bow in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come up to a seat. Lean back and let's just cross those legs. Shunk, shunk, so that we don't walk around in circles when we leave. Inhale, look up, find spinal length. Exhale again, bow in, hug in. As you bow, you can imagine you're drawing your elbows back towards your shins. So don't extend too deep, just allow the whole of energy from that active Navasana to now come in, settle in. So yoga is like giving yourself this self-hug. Everyone needs a hug. Bit of self-reassurance. So once again, the idea, inhale, come up, is that when you step off your mat after you've done this in the busyness of summer, and you step out into the crazy and everyone's still nuts, you end up not being sucked into the crazy, but you actually suck them into your peace, your bit of zen, and everyone gets to benefit from this half an hour on the mat. All right, and then turn back around. Let's take that bolster that you used right at the beginning of the class, just to open up our hips a little bit for a meditation. All right, so bring the soles of your feet together. If you want to ramp this up a bit, take a block and put it between your feet. Okay, hold your shins. So this is a shins in action. Lift up, elbows down. Inhale, look up. This is my nemesis pose. Exhale and bow. Inhale. Just try and soften the groins a bit, but stay integrated and strong in your legs. About one more breath, everyone. And then inhale, come on up to a seat. Well done. Take the block out. And now I'd like you to find a comfortable seat. So that could be, for me, I quite like being like this. As long as I'm up on something, I'm okay with this. Okay. But you might prefer to have your legs out straight. You could even find a chair or pop your back against a wall. All right. And then again, widen your upholstery from underneath you to create that inner spiral. And then for the last few moments of class, we again come inwards softly. So into a nice quiet space. And what we're going to do is meditate just for a minute or so. Remember, there's some meditations on the Tejase Seekers Facebook group, lots of them up there for the summer. And settle back into the breath we used right at the beginning of class. Take a lovely deep breath in. Feel that breath expand and lighten you. And as you exhale, soften your skin, allow the skin to soften over you. Again, noticing yourself, your stillness. Just connecting with yourself and the flow of your breath. Just for a brief minute. I'll be quiet now. And then if you choose, you can lay down to Shavasana for a moment or two longer. You're very welcome to stay there a little bit more and enjoy the time. Otherwise, now we'll bring our brief class to a close. So coming back to a comfortable seat. Settle in your seat. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, notice this sort of inward steadiness you have created just by a brief 30 minutes on the mat. And the message is not to leave it here. Take this with you into the busyness of your day, the beauty of life, and allow everyone to feel that lovely energy you emit. So rather than getting pulled into the flux, the flow, the disarray, pull them into this place of peace. Bring your hands to your heart center, and we'll seal into this connective, integrated class with one beautiful Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Namaste, yogis.